How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Grimm up in this piece in the form of their Arpa Darpa 692. This is an India Pale Ale. HBC Experimental Hop 692. Talus and Equinox Hop. 6.5% alcohol by volume. No date in this can. And this comes courtesy of my boy Kyle. Sent off a bunch of Brooklyn jams. It's been a while since I've had a Grimm Hazie. Let's dive in this sucker, see what it's got. Label-wise, it's purple and gold. It's probably very close to being my favorite color combination outside of black and gold. It's Laker colors right there. Arpa Darpa, I think of Darpa Chief. I think of ARPANET. I think of Metal Gear Solid. So we're off to a good start right here. But yeah, it's that kind of geometric pattern, kind of weird, kind of ness that those Brooklyn breweries are known to do quite often. And as far as that beer looks, it looks all a part of a hazy. It's not butternut squash soup. It's not turkey gravy. There's a lightness to it, but it's definitely hazy. It's multi-leveled kind of lacing on there. So you can see where I poured the beer, and it kind of crumbled down on top of itself and has that little gap there. So it looks pretty. It's a nice, pretty little hazy. Rich gold, little bit of cataract edges. Let's see if we get a nose. Lemon lime, very much like very aggressive kind of lemon. I'm not sure about that 692 and what it imparts, but that's not Equinox right there. This is very lemony, almost verging into like a Brett C kind of lemon, into where it brings this kind of tartness and acidity with it. Lemon drop hop, that kind of thing going on. And I dig it. I like the way it's coming off. So it's light. It's not overly sweet. There's not much as far as bittering goes. Leans heavily into that kind of lemon, lime, citrus level of hop. It's got me intrigued. Yeah. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. That did not go anywhere where I thought it was going to go. So that lemon follows. So there's that there. Not nearly as aggressive. It comes off really tiny as a beer. Super fluffy, super creamy, super light, but there's this nice, sharp, relatively aggressive, for its ABV level, kind of bittering to it. That comes off very tomato stocky, unkept lawn, weedy, pulling weed, not smoking weed kind of vibes. I don't know about this beer. I think I don't know if I like this beer, but I really like that I don't know about it. Does that make any sense? Is devoid of all the hazy classic fruitiness that people kind of covet. There's no orange juice here. There's no kind of big fruity characteristics. Even that lemon lime thing that I was getting heaps and gobs of on the nose is really kind of gives away. To a pithy, so I'm lying a little bit. It's very much a pithy, zesty kind of lemon lime. But this bittering, this drying, attenuated out, non-overly sweet kind of IPA that has this kind of bittering, that tomato soggy, weed pulling kind of bittering. This has way more going for it in a West Coast IPA kind of mindset, not necessarily in style. You know, I would never call this beer a West Coast IPA, but as far as how it comes off, the way it drinks, crisp, clear, even though it's a hazy beer, crisp, clean, and clear, and snappy. The way the kind of fruits come off in here, that lemon lime zestiness, in combination with the way the kind of bittering comes off in that kind of aggressive, kind of pithy, kind of weed stocky bittering. It's very much a reinvention of kind of like a weird, bizarre West Coast kind of IPA. You're just basically taking all those kind of West Coast IPAs and what everybody loves about those beers, but instead of throwing heaps and heaps of pine and resin on top, you're leaning more heavily into the kind of citrus fruit level of things and that kind of tomato stocky, vegetable kind of weed pulling kind of thing. I like this. I like this quite a bit. for how light it is, but yet how aggressive it is with that kind of weed portion of the show is really impressive. I like this. I'm not going to sit here and say it's like knee jerk, viscerally enjoyable. But there's something so unique about it. In a very good way. There's unique that is dumb and not good. It's like, okay, I've never tasted that before, but I never want to taste it again. Then there's like, okay, I've never really had this combination before, and I'm not going to sit here and say these are my favorite combinations of flavors. But I'm digging where this beer is going, and that's where this one kind of lands. I don't know what I'm going to say. Think, again, West Coast IPA without any pine or resin. But exchange pine and resin for citrus pithiness and tomato stalkiness. Yeah, I know. It's fun. Let's talk about it. Value availability. Is this one of the better IPAs I've had as late? Sure. Is it one of the more interesting ones? Without a fucking doubt. Mount Rushmore status. Value and availability, no idea. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like West Coast IPA, but you enjoyed the flavor profile of East Coast in New England style IPA, but you want them all to have like a Freaky Friday thing to where they exchange bodies and do different shit. It's probably the best way I can fucking explain it. Then you will like this beer. If you like interesting flavors in combinations that you typically don't get within beer, this is going to be worth it. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Grimm right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.